G'day there, guys. Welcome back. I told you don't come. Earlier on the podcast, I said do not listen to anything I say. Do not listen to Calvin's Craptons. Do not pay any attention to me at all. Now, hang on, unless you had my number one option last week, which Warney tried to talk people out of in Brayshaw. He wanted people to go Josh Kelly. No. So I've got a couple of things right, but old mate Pirate here falls back on Max Gone for that pathetic effort. I'll just take a little bit of a breather because here we are back looking at captain options for another week ahead. So let's kick it off with my number one. And you might think I'm crazy, and I'm not. I am a little bit. My number one captain option this week is a guy called Touk Miller. And hear me out. Firstly, he plays against the Crows. He's coming off scores of 135 and 102. He's had 3 big ones in his last 5. The thing I really like about Touk here, yes, he's playing at home. He's playing the Crows. And this year, Touk has had some big days. And I'm talking, he's had 4 120s, with 2 of them getting over the 140 mark. There's not many people doing that are available this week, and not with a matchup at home like this. So I dug a little bit deeper. I thought, okay, what have teams been scoring here against the Crows? Redden, 116. Shuey, 112. Gaff, 107. Now, if old Mr. Head Tilt can score a 107 on the Crows, think what Touk could do. So I went back the week before. That was Tom Stewart's 170 odd. Blix, 135. Mcrae, 126. Selwood, 116. If these guys can do that on the Crows, just brace yourself what Touk can do. Now, with that said, I'm also a Rory Laird owner, and I love Rory in this matchup as well. He's my number 2. However, Touk gets the tick. Why doesn't Rory? Well, his highest score this year is 124. He's hit 124 times, but just can't get into that 140 area like old Touk has. Led's been amazing though. He's had 5 scores over 118 in his last 6. Consistent. Perfect. If that's what you're looking for at a captain, I want a guy going 140. Led's last 2, 122 and 119. From there, let's have a look who else you've got. I really like Cam Guthrie against the Eagles. He is in a bit of form too. 98, 126 and 114 in his last 3. Could be a great little trade target in. The thing is, we talk about the Eagles giving up a lot of points, okay? Listen to this. So, we are looking at, per game, what teams average. They give up nearly 300 points more a game than what a team like Port Adelaide do. That is some serious boost on players' numbers there. So, he comes in at number 3. Number 4 is Callum Mills. I talked about finding a guy here that could go the 140 for you. This guy can do it, of course. 126 before his bye, 111 last year. He is against Port Adelaide, and as I just said, they can be quite restrictive. Last week, 0 Richmond players turned up. Maybe that's more a reflection on Richmond. But before that, Parrish 119, Nick Martin 113. I just think there are better guys with a better ceiling. Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval, yeah, a VC option, you might as well have a go at it. Josh Duncan comes in at number 5 just based on the fact that it's Josh Dunkley and he's got 5 scores over 130 this year. So there you go. You compare that to the other guys here. Laird has not hit a 130 yet. You look at even a Touk, he's done it twice. And Dunkley here, he's done it 5 times. That's nuts. Number 6 is Sam Walsh on Thursday night footy against the Tigers. Just getting it done with some really good scores in the last few weeks. 91, 120, 113 and 110. 95 on the Tigers last year. Loves the MCG. And last week we saw Amon 122 against Richmond. I think he is going to be awesome as well. Number 7, Jack Mcrae just racks it up. And this one he will rack it up again against the Giants. Great numbers. He had 159 in this game last year. And before that, 131, 129. His numbers haven't been great, 124 and 107. Basilenka out probably means that he even gets a little boost on his midfield numbers. I reckon Mcrae is a little bit stiff there at number 7. Jack Sinclair, how good's he been? 105, 133, 111, 110. Cow, they're massive numbers. And he is on fire at the moment and surely gets you a 110 to a 115 or more. He plays Friday night footy. You can vice captain that if you want. Canelio comes in at number 9, only based on the fact that now he's back in the bloody middle. What a surprise. 130, 108, 120. The thing is with the GWS boys, they're going to take a little bit of a bump on what they were doing last week. You don't get to play North Melbourne every week. And the GWS boys against the Dogs, that is going to be tough. I think we steer away from that altogether. And Duncan comes in at number 10. Get ready for this. Guys want to trade him in this week? Last 3 scores against the Eagles. And this is when they were good. 146, 134, 130 from a guy coming off a 115. And you can get him as a forward. You've heard it here first. He is my smoky for the week. Don't know if we need to really cover many other dudes here. Just the Took and the Laird one was really hard for me to split this week. As I said, I've got them both. The Suns have been pretty good as far as restricting scores. If you want me to go back to that for Rory Laird, even the Bulldogs didn't get a big day out against them. Bailey Smith top scored with 118 on the Suns. Bont 116, Treloar 100 and Dunkley 100. If the Bulldogs can't do that, I'm wondering how Adelaide do. Which is why my boy Took gives me the big tick and number 1. So my plan this week, I'll be following the system here. I'll be going with, So Took will be my number 1 option, bringing it home on Sunday. We all know how that turned out last week, you dickhead Calvin. We will go with, it'll be Josh Dunkley at number 5 as my vice captain, rolling into the big fella. Hopefully doing better than the other big fella did last week. Anyway, guys, good luck. Thanks for joining me. Sorry there's no table and stuff there this week. A little bit under the pump, old cow, but you know, these things happen. Good luck. Cowards, cowards.